Hello, welcome to Drainage Failures and Flooding Dangers at Colony Ridge. I'm Dr. Stephen Andrew Missick, and in this program, we're going to be looking at the dangers of the drainage system and the shoddiness of the development of Colony Ridge. There's a lot of controversies about Colony Ridge, and I talk about them on other videos, but on this video, I'm going to focus specifically at the drainage and flooding problem. If you want more information about this, you can go to reduceflooding.com and look at the articles written by Bob Rehak. And on today's program, I'm going to be looking at one of the articles published at this website. On this program, we'll be looking at some information I gleaned from one of the articles published on this website. And this is on reduceflooding.com. And we're looking at an article which was published on October 8th, 2023. And it says, Karma strikes again. Colony Ridge drainage systems severely eroding. So, let's listen to the story. Karma is fast catching up with the corner-cutting Colony Ridge developer, which is Trey Harris and his brother John, in Liberty County. Drainage infrastructure that doesn't meet Liberty County regulations is fast eroding. And tomorrow, a special session of the Texas legislature will start investigating the embattled development. The special session will focus on crime, infrastructure, illegal immigration, and more. Now, this has come and passed, and the Texas legislature has done nothing much to address the issue of Colony Ridge. The only issue that they really dealt with was the lack of law enforcement. And I don't feel that the steps they take are going to resolve the situation in any real way. The problems with the development and the problem with John and Trey Harris has to be confronted directly. As long as Trey Harris's wingman, Ernest Bales, is in the Texas State Representative representing HD 18, nothing is going to be done about Colony Ridge. Nothing of any substance anyway. So let's continue. To offset negative publicity, the developer invited legislators to meet at his development last week and tour it. But just before the meeting, Liberty County deputies, a narcotics unit, and a SWAT team responded to an abduction at gunpoint. They also launched a manhunt for two escaped suspects in the sprawling development, which is now 50% larger than Manhattan. On the day of the developers' meeting, the main entrance to the development flooded badly. Ditches designed to keep roads clear in a 5-year storm overflowed during a 1-year rain. The next day, when the storm clouds cleared, an aerial survey showed that Colony Ridge drainage channels and stormwater retention basins were badly damaged. Had the developer simply followed Liberty County regulations, he would have reduced or avoided the costly damage. Now, we're going to look at this problem with Colony Ridge. First, we're going to look at all the facts. We're going to look at data, empirical data. But at the end of this program, I'm going to offer solutions, especially if you live in Liberty San Jacinto County and you're concerned about what's happening with Colony Ridge. At the end of the program, we'll look at solutions, how you can do something to put an end to this horrible nightmare. Missing erosion controls. Section 50 of Liberty County Subdivision and Development Regulation specifies requirements for the construction of drainage ditches and stormwater retention basins. The county emphasizes the need to control erosion and sedimentation. It warns these twin threats can have very serious effects on stormwater ditches and basins. Specifically, they can cause slope failures, reduce the efficacy of drainage channels, clog drainage culverts, reduce channel capacity, reduce maintainability of drainage facilities, increase maintenance cost, and require more frequent repairs. Also, increase turbidity and impair water quality. To counter these problems, the regulations say interceptor structures and backslope swale systems are required to prevent sheet flows from eroding the side slopes of open channels and detention facilities. This is from Liberty County Subdivision and Development Regulations, page 100. We're going to look at a diagram here that shows how a typical back slope interceptor structure functions. You can see the direction of the flow. We see the maintenance roads. We see the swales behind main banks of ditch intercept runoff and pipes to channel that then channel runoff in the swale to the bottom of the ditch. What are the benefits of this? The benefits are it reduces bank erosion, reduces the filling into the ditch, maintenance needs, and flood risk. The regulations also specify design requirements for these structures and other erosion control measures. Altogether, Colony Ridge apparently violated requirements for back slope, interceptor, and swale systems, Bermuda grass on the side slopes of the channels and ditches, erosion controls around outfall pipes, geotextile bedding under rip wrap, pilot channels at the bottom of the detention basins, maintenance strips, storage of excavated dirt, side slope angles. Not all locations in the Colony Ridge exhibit all these problems. Regardless, karma was swift. Thursday's one-year rain severely eroded the side slopes of the channels and basins. Eroded sediment also started filling in new ditches and basins. Repairs and compliance, if attempted, will be costly and time-consuming. Karma hurts residents upstream and down. While critics might rejoice at the karma, others will pay the price. The developers' practices increase flood risk for people in Colony Ridge as well as those downstream. In the development, erosion threatens property. Downstream, sediment reduces the conveyance of streams, increasing flood risk. TCEQ has warned the developer about his construction practices before, but many dubious practices continue. We're going to look at some photographs. The first two are NASA satellite images from Google Earth.